Welcome to the Room Rebirth Room. I am Cara Louie.
And I am Melody Washington.
Girl, tonight's topic is a doozy. The fulfillment trap. Mental stimulation versus fulfillment. Let's get into this tonight.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk.
I, I don't think a lot of people know the difference between mental stimulation and fulfillment. Um, unless they have their own interpretations of it, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna start it off saying that mental stimulation is the curiosity, where fulfillment is for your soul, which leads into in depth, right? When you think
Mhm.
about mental stimulation, you think about reading a book, doing puzzles, having deep conversation, where
Yeah.
fulfillment goes to my thought process or core values within people.
Okay.
So what you think, man?
Okay. So I would agree with you as far as mental stimulation, because that's your mind bogglers, your um mental puzzles through verbal stimuli. So fulfillment, I'll agree and then I'll add to that. So fulfillment is more about, to me, seeing
Mhm,
the need and feeling the need. When you say fulfillment, see a need, feel the need. And when I
mhm,
say feel the need, I would probably say it would be feeling the need in every category, whether that is mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually. That's what I mean, feeling the need, because we have needs in every area. So in order to fulfill the need in that moment has to be met.
mhm.
So I would agree that people don't know the difference, because there are people who are very surface level superficial. So they lack
Mhm.
depth. So a lot of people may go unfulfilled because that person may be immature in whatever area or multiple areas.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree with that. So I like how you put that too. So here's the thing with the mental stimulation. Let's go into dive into a little. As we live in this genre in 2026, a lot of mental
mhm.
stimulation is podcasting. Shout out to us. um, hey, self-help
Yes.
books. Um,
Mhm.
it's motivation speakers, content conversations, and just to me, it's a lot of new information, learning new information,
True.
right?
Yeah,
Where
I agree.
because we're visual people, right? When you think about mental, you want to see visual.
Hmm.
So let's go into it with the mental stipulation of relationships. What you think
Okay.
in that aspects with the mental stimulation? Because I can tell you, we got to have deep conversation. I don't need you not to know what's 1 + 1 = 2, and we go a little deep in that.
So regarding that, I think that would be IQ when you say mental stimulation, because everybody doesn't have the same IQ level. So, depending on if the IQ is low, mid, or high, is going to determine what kind of mental stimulation you're going to get. And also, it determines the depth that you will get from that person as well. But when you speak on relationships, when we're now that we're older, I would
Mhm,
say people vet for that now. But in the
Mhm.
beginning, when you first, begin to relate to other people, because
Mhm.
you're still learning yourself, then
Mhm.
we're not always vetting for IQ in that moment because it's a little surface level because you're attracted by physical. Um, and that hinders the depth of sometimes the physical attraction or the chemistry there can hinder or I'll say blindside you in a sense. But
Mhm.
you have a lot of people that are in relationships that attracted because of physical chemistry or sexual chemistry, and they grow apart because they realize that they require more mental or stimulation in other areas and they don't feel fulfillment. So you're right. When you say fulfillment trap, then some people then because of what they want versus what they need.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, but a lot of people have the fear of being alone. Like,
I agree.
so
But
that
why do
that's
they
the
have the
problem.
that's true. I guess that's where you have to do when you said um fulfillment
Feel
being
me?
on a soul level, when you start soul searching, then you start asking yourself questions
Mm,
and doing the math and realizing that, this isn't fulfillment.
mm,
It was
mm,
stimulating, whether it's
mm,
mental, because it could be stimulating in other aspects or other categories, stimulating sexually or stimulating, physically, surface or and part of surface, financial and
mhm.
the superficial love languages like gifting. Because some people love language is gift giving. So that's still su- superficial. It lacks depth because once the gifts run out, then what do you have after that? And I think that's where you get slapped with the trap part.
I agree, but then also, if we going back to what you said with the fulfillment, okay? So the fear of being
Mhm,
alone, the mental stimulation of the fear of being alone, right? But the fulfillment is realizing, hey, I need to go to therapy and then follow through with it, right? But then you
mhm.
touched on gift giving. Would that fall into a lack of fulfillment because you're using gift as a source to get what you want because you're not getting fulfill what you need. Hmm.
Psychologically, that's a great question.
Right?
Uh, that could be a possibility. Gift giving isn't like one of my number one love languages, so I can't really answer that. But it makes you
Mm.
think as to why someone would hold on to that as being their way to be loved.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. It relates to our topic tonight, the stimulation versus fulfillment. Because a lot of people do things to get fulfillment, but then the root of it is, oh, well, I need to give gift because maybe they'll stay with me. This is you thinking mentally, but
Mhm.
fulfillment just because you give somebody a gift don't mean necessarily they're gonna stay with you. So
That's true.
in for right, so in fulfillment, I need you to go forward and do things like you said you're gonna do. To me, is holding yourself accountable with the fulfillment part of it, right? Feeding into what you need to feed to correct. That's what I say, correct. Like fulfillment requires action, right? So say
Mhm.
I, you read about forgiveness, right? But are you actually forgiving? You see what I'm saying? It's to me because remember, fulfillment goes back to the core value. And we thinking about that's fulfillment of the soul, right? But
Right.
I feel like a lot of people be in the stimulation part instead of the fulfillment. And then they think what feels good. Cause they think fulfillment feels good. And it's like, it feels good for that moment, but hey, you gotta put that work in. Cause you gotta do the work. Can't nobody fulfill your own happiness. Only you could do that.
And that's true.
Mhm,
So I guess the key is in different levels of growth as a
mhm.
person growing, a person growing as an adult to become an older adult or elder. Um, are they getting the lessons? I mean, because lessons come in order to mature
Yeah.
and grow. So are they getting the lessons or are they grasping on to making their weaknesses strength?
I can tell you, well, you know, growth is part of fulfillment, like just peace, purpose, all that. We're dealing with the core.
Right.
So, me being the age I am now, I am more focused on fulfillment, right? Because I
Mhm.
realized some things that I lived through wasn't fulfilled. It's a feeling. It's like, how to explain? We think we know, but we really don't know until we start holding that mirror up to ourselves, right?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times with the stimulation in relationships, I feel like it's false. It's like a delusional land to me.
I agree. That I will agree.
Like, I'm gonna
I
keep
will
it
agree with that.
100.
I
'Cause
will fantasy world,
yes.
the imaginative state. It's almost like hallucinating in a sense. And then
Mm.
one day you just wake up and realize that you've been in a bubble, in your own bubble. And it's
Mhm.
not it doesn't make sense. There's no logic in repeating this because it's not bearing fruit. So I think that's what I think when you have your own reality check, you realize that what you're doing isn't bearing fruit or it's not causing growth. It becomes emotionally depleting, mentally
Yeah.
taxing,
Come on now.
physically depleting, um, less less rest, no peace. So when you start, I feel like when you start searching for that peace, and I think searching for your peace is part of finding your happiness. When you find your peace, you find your happiness, and then you begin to release and let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. So I think that's part of maturity, though. Some people mature faster than others, so I think it's the rate of maturation for a person. I mean, science can say one thing, but everyone matures differently in every area too. They mature differently. You may mature mentally, physically,
Mhm.
sexually, but lack emotionally. So every person is different.
Yeah, but that's why I would choose that's why I choose not mental stimulation, but fulfillment over mental stimulation because with mental stimulation, you need emotional intimacy. And some people lack that. Where,
That's true.
you can have your meaningful conversation, y'all share ideals. And like you mentioned peace, and but you have dreams and goals. It's an understanding. Curiosity through the thoughts of us being entwined to each other. But fulfillment, you have the growth, you have peace, and you have alignment. So I'm just gonna be honest. I would choose fulfillment over mental stimulation. Do I want both? If we could live in a world with both, that would
Yeah.
be absolutely fucking amazing.
Okay, so do you think you could have both in one person? Like, do you
I'm gonna
I
go
think
back
you
to what you
could.
said. The maturity level.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So I think it is possible to have both, but it's where that person is in their life.
And experiences, would you say, based on experiences as well?
Hmm. Life is
It's
a teacher, remember?
yeah.
Life is a teacher, but
Mhm.
just because you have the experience doesn't mean you have the knowledge, and knowledge is power.
Mm,
Because you can have the
so
experience, but not the knowledge.
do you not gain knowledge from experience?
Depends on who we dealing with, how you take it. Because you have people who can experience things and then don't have the knowledge from what they learn from the experience.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, see that's where I'm
Yeah.
coming from. Did I make that better for you to
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you was
Yeah, I
like,
agree with
wait,
that.
wait a minute. Hey, hey,
But
if
every so life to me is like algebra. You
okay,
can have a
there you go with
problem
the
and have a
damn
different
math.
equation and get the same answer. So it to me it's the same, the same
There
with
she go.
people. Well,
Yeah,
I got that's me
I
bringing
know you
the
gotta do it. You
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. You gotta do it. You gotta drop. You gotta do it. But I was told, let people know mental stimulation ain't drama. It ain't
True.
arguing with the other person. It ain't
That is
playing
true.
mind games. And it ain't emotional highs and lows. So let's get that right. Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh,
mine got
okay.
manipulation. So in order
Exactly.
to manipulate someone, that means you have to be deceitful.
But some people think because they can get you up here, they can run circles around you because they think they got it up here. The mental part of it.
Well, there is a saying, if you
What's
get
that
the
saying?
if you get the mind, the body will follow. So I think that's where that comes from. Until that person again takes the rose colored glasses off. And
Mm.
but once they bump their head so many times, I mean, I think that's that wake up, that aha moment. Like, I'm tired of bumping my head. That's that reality check that clicks in. It kicks in.
Yeah, but
I
what
mean,
your girl just
we've
got said.
all been a fool and bumped our head
Oh
once or
yeah,
twice.
all of it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But what Jill Scott say? If you could tell me what to do, then you
Then
can
you can tell me what
tell
to
me
do.
what to do.
But if you can't tell me what to do,
Mm,
you tell me what to do. So
that
yeah.
part.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I totally agree with that.
Okay,
I,
I'm
I totally
just
agree with that.
saying. No, I'm just saying no. But I think, but I'm gonna be honest. In my 20s, we don't look for mental stimulation because that wasn't on my
Mhm.
mind. We just looked at the person. Oh, if they nice and they look good, ooh, we knew about respect then. We knew about respect. But when you would start getting up in age, oh no, I got a whole list. I probably got a whole notepad for you to figure out what we doing. Cause we not playing. And you gotta really know what you're talking about because guess what? You just can't talk. You gotta have actions behind it now.
Right,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Well, I guess it depends on the person's love language and it determines how they get into a
At
relationship.
20? At 20? Let's be for real.
Yes.
20? Really?
Yes. That before we even
Girl,
learn what
we ain't go. Then we just
to
had a conversation about college. We was just
I'm
didn't have
I'm
no
saying
care in the
before
world.
you acknowledge that there was a love language.
I didn't know no love language till I got married, and I got married at 28. And now that's when I started going to counseling, marriage counseling. We had to go to premarital counseling, and then we still went to counseling. We started learning about the 5 love languages. But me
I
being 20 and 21, who knew about love language? We knew.
I I'm a
You
reader,
did. Oh,
so
okay. Well, talk your
I
shit then.
read I I'm an
'Cause
avid reader, so I
okay,
read a lot of books. And then when you
I read a
like
lot of books too, but
Zane
I ain't
came
read
out,
that.
when Zane came out,
Oh
like a
yes,
lot of
dang baby,
her
that was some mental
she had that in
stimulation.
some of her books. So that I learned from that. And then
What Zane
reading
book you read?
Zane,
Cause
I started
Zane,
reading
cause
about Kama
Zane.
Sutra, and
Oh,
then
see, you
Kama
was.
Sutra breaks down love. So I knew about love languages kind of early out. So I was
Oh
intrigued with
wow.
it. So I classify myself as sapiosexual.
Okay,
So I require mental stimulation. Otherwise, I'm bored.
I can see that. But
Hmm.
let's go back to Zane, cause Zane was a very sexual book. I don't remember Zane. Who was the other dude? The dude was it Omar?
Jerome Dickey.
Jerome
Jerome
Dickey.
Dickey.
Yep.
Yes.
Shout out to him. And there was a guy
Hmm.
named Omar. I'm trying to. Is it Tyreek? I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, but it was that was when I was reading, and then I
Okay.
read Terry McMillan book.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So all of yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but then I had started reading intense book like The Art of Seduction until in my late 30s. And what
I read
else?
it my freshman year in
The
college.
48 Laws of Power. I know
I
all the
read that my
men
freshman year in
I
college.
already know all the men gonna say something, but we women we be reading that too.
Yeah. I read that my
Okay.
freshman year in college. I kind of went down a rabbit hole of books my freshman year in college
Ah,
because that was like new information. So I was jumping everywhere reading and
okay.
learning. So you apply what you being sapiosexual, you try to apply what you learn and see what works and what doesn't work.
Mm, yeah.
Because it's almost like a math problem.
Yeah, but I ain't thinking about math. If I think about math, I'm thinking about money.
No, I think or that could be kind of neurodivergent a little bit. I don't know. But that's
Shout out
how,
to neurodivergent people. We love you.
right.
Love you.
But
I get it. I get it.
so okay, let's go back to this. Let's go back to stimulation.
Okay.
So let's break down the different attractions. You have sexual attraction, romantic
Okay.
attraction, physical,
Okay.
emotional, and I think they
Okay.
call those demisexuals. Aesthetic. Some people are attracted aesthetically, and then you have intellectual. That's your sapiosexual. So I guess it
Mm.
depends on the person. And then some people can be a combination of those.
What if I'm none of the above?
Well, that
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know
like
because
I like
that
my man a little ugly, just a little. Not. Just playing. I'm just
well,
playing. Just no, I'm just playing. I'm
I'm
just
not
playing.
jumping on that bandwagon. I'm sorry, I can't agree to that.
I know. Hey. I've dated somebody aesthetically pleasing because I mean, but I just don't think they have something upstairs. They lack something.
Mm,
You could be aesthetically pleasing, but not have the mental capacity.
okay,
And I've also met a
so
man that was demisexual too.
So you could having it all would be considered like a rare gem then? Whether it's male or female?
Yeah, male or female, but hey, where they at?
I can't answer that one. Based off of
I was just throwing it out there.
I
I'm just
mean,
throwing
based
it out
off of
there.
what we hear about the dating pool, um,
Yeah.
the pool is kinda murky. I'm not gonna say kinda, it's murky. So
Yeah.
mm,
It's
but
a lot. It's a lot.
so I think that could I think when you find yourself or if you care to learn
Uh,
about that's kind of like sociology in a sense, learning how people work, how they flow, how they think. If
and
you
look what
cared
you just
about,
did. Mental stimulation. Just that quick.
okay, it's well, I can't help it.
No, I'm just bringing it you know what I'm saying? But me, it's like the peace. I be wanting peace. I want purpose. I want you to grow. I want us to grow together. I want us to heal. So I please, when y'all hear me, I appreciate mental stimulation, but fulfillment, I need that alignment now.
I
And
agree
I'm
with
not
that.
now I'm
The
not
older you
saying
get,
both of them is wrong now. You know, but to me, fulfillment is more in depth. I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky. Yeah. But I'm just listening to what you said. It's
I was
mental
about to give you another
stimulation.
comparison. It's like cleaning out a dirty pool. I'm sorry. I'm very visual. So if you say something, I'm going to find something that a person can see. It's almost like because I'm a reader, then
Mhm.
I have to paint a picture so the words can correlate to what I'm saying so you can have that aha moment and you can follow me
Mhm.
as we speak. So you're the it's is like a pool that's dirty and you come and clear it out. So that's fulfillment because the water is now crystal clear.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not mad at that. Do you think many people mistake movement for progress?
Um, mm, possibly.
Mhm.
Um, progress is when you actually can see fruit bearing from what is being done. Like there's some reward. You see the flower bed growing. If it's just one flower and that flower been there for 4 or 5 years, that's n that's not progress. Doesn't mean you can go keep putting dirt on it, but is the dirt, providing nourishment so that it can reproduce? So, I think it
But
can.
I'm
I guess it depends on if the person has foresight or not. If they lack
mhm.
foresight, they may see it as that.
Yeah, but you answered it perfect because it's going back to our relationship part of it.
Okay. Mm. But if
Mhm.
you ooh, okay, okay, okay. So if
Mhm.
you were mhm, stuck on what is stimulating,
Mm.
then that could put blinders up before you realize that it's not growing or it's not producing any fruit. I mean, we see that a lot in
We see
relationships.
them.
Yeah.
I fall victim to that, trying to pay attention to the progress, but is the progress really progressing?
I guess if you don't know what progression is, if you're a product of your environment, and if your environment is, stagnated or doesn't produce much of anything, then you think that is okay, that's normal. So I could see that happening as well. Anything is possible. So there are all types of possibilities, whether the yield is great, um, or small, or very minute or minimal. But normally when there's less growth, there's more havoc, no peace. It's more chaos when you don't see any growth.
What about in friendship?
As far as the same question,
Yeah.
it could be the same way. I mean, because the ship, whether it's a mutual or romantic, platonic, it could stand the same. It could be the same. And when I say the same, I mean you can have the same foresight or vision. You may
Mhm.
not see that this friendship isn't bearing any fruit because of something that you may be lacking at that time. At that
Mhm.
time that y'all meet, law of attraction. You attract what you are. And then as you start growing and changing, then you realize this isn't serving who you are or who you become. So normally that's how a lot of ships, platonic, mutual, friendships, romantic ships, they end up departing and going separate ways because of growth or lack thereof.
Mm. Uh,
What you thinking?
uh,
I said, what you
no, I
thinking?
agree. No, 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 no. I agree. I'm just thinking about the ship part of it because a lot of times with any relationship, you had a foundation, and if it's not aligning, um, it's okay to let it go. In both aspects, man or female. So, I yeah, I was thinking about that's what I was thinking about. So when I get to thinking like because what they say, information change your life,
Hmm.
change your mind, and then application change your life.
But you just said something that was golden.
Well,
You said the foundation.
absolutely.
So depending on the foundation that ship was built on determines if it's long lasting. And with maturity, that ship may not be built on strong foundation. But as you mature, you
Mm,
could either have the insight and foresight to see that,
mhm,
and foundation on a house can be fixed, right? So with insight and foresight, you can go in and fix the cracks or wherever it's leaning. You can put a boulder up, brick it to fix that foundation if that's something that you're willing to do. I think the problem is a lot of people, when you said hold that mirror up earlier, they
mhm,
don't want to see the monster in the mirror because everybody has had that monster that needed change. So I think a lot of people don't want to hold the mirror up to see what is dark within them to turn it into light. So I think that has a lot to do with um the trapping part because they would rather stay with the stimulation, the stimulating
mhm,
is feeling because it makes me feel good in that moment and they don't want to lose that feeling versus becoming fulfilled. Because when you become fulfilled, you have to extract things. And let's be honest, when you extract like a tooth extraction, there's
hmm.
pain. So what's the
Painful.
saying? Pain is military taught us. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Because in order to become strong, you got to feel some pain. Pain is temporary. What ET says pain is temporary, it may last for a second, a minute, a hour, but it will not last forever.
But yeah, that's what I was saying with think the look at the how you set it up for us, right?
Mhm.
The fear of failing
Mm,
goes back to stimulation, what you just said. We fear. That's what I
I
think. That's why I just be like, I appreciate stimulation, but fulfillment, because every time you speak on it, fulfillment, feel, soul, internal. I'm gonna take it every time. I'm gonna take it every time. Do we want both? Like I said, absolutely. But I, why you think a lot of people be talking about? Oh, I just want to be happy. Well, how do you get to be happy? What are some things to put in place to make sure you're happy? Because people can't make you happy.
mm-mm,
Things can't make you happy.
mhm. True.
So what are you gonna do to put in the work to make you happy?
Happiness comes from within. That means,
Think.
accepting accepting yourself and
Mm,
loving yourself, flawed
mm,
and all, accepting
mm,
you for who you are, what God
mm,
has made you. And just realize I think a lot of people, because of society, we we want to fix the imperfections and make them perfect, but no man, no woman is perfect. And then I think people forget that we are souls having an earthly experience, and that earthly experience is not perfection. We can strive,
mhm,
but we all fall short, and that's why um we have we have friendships, romantic, um, platonic, that hold us accountable to
mm.
help us strive to be a better version of ourselves every day. Because today you and I may be great, but then tomorrow may be something totally different. You may not get the same version tomorrow. It might be less than what it was the day before. But that is okay because we are human. We are human. So
Yeah,
acceptance, self-awareness, acceptance.
I agree. I agree. Well, we know this answer. Have you ever been attracted to someone mind before their appearance?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And
Mm,
then w with that question,
mhm,
just because you're attracted to that mind, it does not that person's mind does not mean it equates to physical attraction or sexual attraction. You could just get a high from engaging in a conversation and you two having a sparring, mental spar.
mhm.
And it's excitement. So everybody's attraction is different. So yes, my answer to that is yes, absolutely.
Um, for me, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, don't lie. What's the truth?
Okay. No, it's got to be the appearance. I guess because I'm visual, I'm a see, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie to you. I could see you first, right? But then you open
Mhm.
that mouth and it don't equate to the appearance, I'm out.
Okay, so was the question directed towards um attracting a partner or just a person, like random
Like
meeting?
just a random me person, and not so much a partner, just a random.
Okay.
Like you
Well,
out and about.
yeah, but so are you saying that if there isn't a physical attraction, You're not
Okay.
gonna have a conversation and converse with someone. Are you seeing that?
Absolutely.
Oh
I
my
gotta be.
God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not
I
know
gotta
that.
look. I gotta look at you first, and then you open your mouth. Cause think about it.
Man.
When you meet somebody, right? Hold on,
Okay,
friend.
okay, I'm listening.
Now you meet somebody. You see this guy. You make eye contact. He's attractive, right? Then you proceed to have a conversation. So you telling me a man just walk up to you and just start talking and you fall in love with that mind? No, I must see you first. Then we're gonna hold a conversation, right? And then I can tell you if Apple got one apple.
No, and it may be because I've been in a lot of different rooms,
Okay.
given that being in the military, right?
Okay.
So, one, you got to think about it. During basic training and the initial training, everybody
Okay.
ugly because guys then got their hair cut off, their facial hair cut off. They not attractive. We still gotta have a conversation. We soldiers, learning how to battle on the battlefield together. So I guess that's where that comes from.
Oh,
But
well, baby,
had I not
everybody ain't
had
in the
that experience,
military. We gonna visual see you
exactly.
first.
So had I not had that experience, then I
Okay.
probably would be we'd probably be on the same accord. But I can walk in a room and have a conversation, and if that is a stimulating conversation, a great conversation, I'm learning, and we ideas and depth is in there, then yes, I could be attracted mentally, but not anywhere else. I can separate all of the
Oh.
others. Like literally, I could that person like, oh, I want to talk to him today because I want to pick his brain. Let's go back and forth. But there would be no other attraction at all. I can separate every other. Same thing with like spiritual. Like
Mhm.
it could be that for me with a person, and that is totally it. But I'm learning that everybody else cannot do that. So
Mm.
it gets me in some kooky situations sometimes.
I was just about to say you setting yourself up, friend. Like,
How? I think that's one of
no, I'm talking about
my
with the spiritual part sometimes, because sometimes you have to be careful with the spiritual aspect because you got devils in sheep clothing. And a
agree
lot of people talk a good game, right? But
agreed.
I guarantee you, you could talk all you want to, but your actions better align. And that's what get people in trouble. They think they can talk a good game, but then their actions don't align. And
And
then
follow
guess
through is
what?
horrible. Right.
Exactly. If somebody show you who they are, you better believe it.
Believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
So that- that- that's it. That is it with it. Um, as we get ready to close this segment, our favorite. We gotta do it. Hey, what is one word starting with the R, like rebirth, in the fulfillment topic of fulfillment trap, mental stimulation versus fulfillment? What is your R word?
I ain't on it today. um
Mm.
ah resonate.
Ooh, okay.
Resonate.
Look at
Mhm.
you. I'm going to say, did you want to follow behind him? But I'm proud of you. Look at you. I'm going to say refine.
Okay. That's a great one. That's a great one.
Refine.
20
Hmm.
words went through my head before that one. Just listen. 20 words.
She
It's
said,
like going down a dictionary.
20. Okay. Oh my God. You are too funny. But I'm proud of you though. Okay.
Thank
Um,
you.
look at you, look at you, look at you. Relationships don't have to thrive because people stop growing, right? They
Mhm.
thrive because two people choose to keep discovering each other. Whether it is mental stimulation or fulfillment, you choose.
Mm. You. You choose. That's powerful. Well, Room Rebirth. Real stories, real healing, real growth, real you. Well, we'll
See you
see you next
next
time
time in
in
the
the room.
room. I'm Cara Louie.
I'm Melody Washington.